I'm Holly.
I'm Larry.
We're in Georgia. We're on our way back home to Arkansas. And I want to go to Cloudland Canyon State Park, and Larry wanted to do part of the Pinhoti Trail. So we're starting our afternoon at the James H. Floyd State Park, which connects with the Pinhoti Trail. Then we'll have about a 50-minute drive to get to Cloudland Canyon State Park. You see, I kind of have a both-and philosophy. If one is good and the other is good, let's just do it all. What we're going to do is have to kick some serious butt with speed today. We'll see how fast we can do it, because if we don't go fast, we won't make them both. And I want to make them both, so zippity-doo-dah! We're going to have to rock and roll. We'll start on the Marble Mine Trail. There's supposed to be a waterfall there. We'll come back on the Lake Rim Trail. I think a part of the Pinhoti Trail is somewhere in the middle of those. Alright, I have to say Georgia's pretty. Nice green canopy. I really like this wide trail. Actually walking side by side now. It's got a little bit of a hill coming up, but not too bad. And so far, we're keeping a good pace. Of course, that being said, I've only gone like half a mile, but still, kind of good. Maybe we can keep it up. The Pinhoti Trail is one I ultimately want to hike. It's currently 339 miles long and it connects with the Appalachian Trail through the Benton-McKay Trail. It is in both Georgia and Alabama through the southernmost portion of the Appalachian Mountains. Originally, there were thoughts that it would become part of the Appalachian Trail, but that plan has not received widespread support.
We're bypassing the Pinhoti Trail because we've been here 22 minutes, so Holly wants to get to Cloud Canyon.
It's ironic that we came here as a first stop specifically so Larry could hike on the Pinhoti Trail, and yet we've passed it by due to limited time. I bet that's going to keep the Pinhoti Trail on his short list of future hikes. We just need to figure out how to ditch work for about a month so we can play.
This is the hardest part about getting away into nature. If you still got cell service, sometimes people can't put the phone down. That's how I keep getting in front of her.
Sorry, sometimes work calls. It is a work day after all. Though if I had a choice, I think I would spend all day, every day, out here enjoying God's creation. Along this pretty lake. Not a huge lake. Hiked for 1 hour and 3 minutes. It went 2.75 miles. And in less than an hour, we'll be starting another hike. It's a little after 5. We're at Cloudland Canyon State Park in Georgia. We're doing the West Rim Overlook Trail. It's supposed to be very, very pretty.
Pretty dog.
Dog ahead! Hello!
Hey, buddy.
Hey! Are you tired? Hello, doggo. How are you? I miss my doggos. This is supposed to be one of the top
Yeah, well, it's busy.
top hikes in the nation, which means we're going to see tons and tons of people, making it a little harder to film. And we're going to have to kind of keep moving because it's 4 3/4 miles. And so we need to try to somewhat book. It shouldn't be too hard of a hike, but we're going to want to take pictures because it's supposed to be beautiful and that'll slow us down. So the plan is walk fast and then film.
We're going to go down into the waterfalls before sunset, so we may end up on the far end, the west side, about sunset.
We have lights with us, so if it gets dark, we're safe. Should be fun. Enjoy the trail.
That's a small boulder, or maybe it's a giant's nose that's stuck in the side of the mountain. Are you trying to tickle his nose to make him sneeze? Boy, this reminds me of Amicalola Falls. More stairs.
We made it down to Hemlock Falls. It's really pretty. Canyon wall is way up there, like almost straight off. Going up about 250 steps. I think I'm halfway up the canyon wall. And more steps to go. Okay, I'm back to the branch where we could choose between Cherokee Falls and Hemlock Falls. Went up about 300, probably a little shy of 300 stairs. So only half as much as Amicalola Falls. Waiting for Larry. Hopefully he'll be here soon. Look at this. Pretty amazing, huh? This is Cherokee Falls. Across the little river in the middle of the canyon, coming up the other side now. don't think we're on West Rim Trail. Larry wanted to pick the route on the right, but we're in the park. I don't think we can get lost. And when push comes to shove, worst case scenario, you can always just retrace your steps to make it back to the car. It feels so nice to be outside. I just love it, love it, love it, love it when I'm outside. In the woods, walking. It just makes my soul happy. Hey, there I am. Hello, me. The verse of the day is 1 Corinthians 16, 13, and 14. Stand on guard. Be strong in the faith. Be courageous. Be strong. And do everything with love. It's funny how easy it is to slip into a life where you're doing what you want instead of trying to do what God wants. God gives us full freedom. We can do anything. We can do good, we can do bad. But I think He wants us to love Him and love others and follow Him. And it's easier to do that if you stand firm. It's easier to do that if you set your boundaries and set your plans and decide that you have to follow Him no matter what. When you have a choice between doing what's right and doing what you want, God wants you to do what's right. Since it's a simple verse, but at the same time, it is very hard. So, that's it. It's my thoughts. Love you guys. Okay, we made it across the other side. When we first got here, we looked across, and there were people sitting on a rock with a canyon in between. And we are now on that rock. And here's Larry taking some pics. Alright, here we are just a little bit further down, but look at this. Look how deep it is. We were down at the bottom earlier. And here's that giant canyon wall. It's not the Grand Canyon, but it sure is a neat canyon. We're getting close to sunset, and we haven't even gone 3 miles yet. I think with what we had at the beginning, we might have added 1.25 miles, meaning we have to go 6. So, we have a lot left. And Larry, who's usually behind me, has figured out how to zoom. I don't know if I can catch him. He is like way up there. And I'm just going as fast as I can. I'm usually faster than him, but not when it's getting dark and he realizes we gotta hustle. Got probably 1.5 hours of walking left, and we might slow down from that because of lighting. We probably have 15 or 20 minutes of light left. So, might do an hour and a half in the dark. Okay, Grandma. Larry's mom. Thinking about you. You make best chocolate cream pie. And I am just really wanting chocolate cream pie. So when I get back to Arkansas, I might have to beg. Never forget one time, she had made this chocolate cream pie. She puts chocolate chips on the meringue. It's just amazing. And Kirsten and I had gone over to her house for something a day or two later. And we looked in the fridge and we found a little sliver of pie. Maybe 1/8 of the pie left. We both wanted it, so we split it. We each wanted more, but you know, that's all there was. The next night, we went over to their house for dinner. She's like, "What happened to my pie?" Kirsten and I smiled and we're like, "We ate it. We split it. It was so good." She's like, "But that was half a pie. You ate half a pie. I can't believe you ate half a pie." So I now know that that little sliver is called half a pie. And Grandma, I won't be selfish. Please, just give me half a pie. Sunset peeking through the trees. Wish I could grow about, I don't know, 60, 70 feet. Then it'd be a really amazing picture.
Well, it's a pretty sunset. We got over onto the west side of the Western Trail. But they don't really have an overlook. There's a few spots where you can kind of see, but there's not a lot of good spots to see. So, that's disappointing. I mean, it's been pretty with the falls and walking through the forest, but if I could go all the way to the west rim of this, you can see a long way if you can see through the trees. It's probably a much nicer view in the winter months when there's no leaves on the trees.
Okay, it's late. I really shouldn't be stopping. But you gotta see what I can see. It's so nice up here.
There's some view. There's some nice view. There's a long distance. But it's just missing the vista. Oh well, waterfalls, vistas, yeah. Maybe you have to do the Ozark Islands Trail to get both. See, there's a nice rock I'll climb up, but there's trees in the way. Okay, I found the vista at the end of the trail. So, you have a nice view. You just can't look west because of all the trees. Alright, from this end it's 1.4, I think, back to where we split off. And then another maybe 1 to get back to the car. So we got, what, 2.5 miles left? And the sun has now set. So we're going to be doing a little bit of night hiking. Okay, it's dusk, and I can still see the trail. Although it's harder and harder to see it. The reason I can see it is because it's white.
So I don't know if you can see anything at all. Oh, if I can make it up that rock. But we are now walking in the dark. Got a couple of miles left, so maybe an hour of this? Maybe a little longer. I'm not sure how fast I'm going to go in this lighting condition. But it will be what it shall be, because eventually we gotta make it back to the car. There you go. Got an end goal in mind. Important thing in life. Well, we made it to the finish. 5.8 miles in just under 3 hours. It's about 8:45. It was a total complete workout for my left ankle. It really felt it. Very rocky, lots of roots. But I guess it gets stronger since I'm working it, which is a good thing. How are you feeling?
My ankles are a little tired, and it was a lot of roots, and so the roots made it a little harder because you're not just standing on a rock, you're standing on a root that just keeps moving. Well, not just moving, but they're so thin, so...
Yeah. So Larry goes way faster over that terrain and way faster in the dark, so we were together. I was very glad to have him right behind me.
Together
all
at last.
On the way up.
Together forever. We tied a knot. We've been knotted up many times too.
By the way, I'm really, really wanting some dinner now. And Grandma, please make that pie. You made me a pie! I am so spoiled.
Sorry. Are you okay? Don't waste. Wait a minute. No, there we go. You gotta have it on your nose. You gotta have it on your nose.
Amazing fun.
You know, Holly. My